Hey, it's Friday, September 26th. I'm coming to you off the cuff right now. Um, I've got no agenda to tell you other than the fact that you guys really want to recap. I'm exhausted. We've had a lot going on this week, both in the markets, the metals price, everything that's happening all around the world. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update with things that are coming off the cup here. I am wearing a hat today here at the Wyoming Reserve. I'm over just outside one of the Wyoming Reserve vaults. We do Cover Friday, so cover, also a lid every Friday. Most people wear cowboy hats here. Precious metals, huge. Obviously, silver is capturing a lot of the noise. Frankly, guys, this is just catch-up time. So silver gold ratios, gold had all the economic energy first half of the year. We talked about silver's going to have its day. Feels like we got above the $40 mark, and now it's just in runaway mode. So here we are now, just over 45, approaching 46. Flirted almost 46 in a half roughly. There's not much in the way. I'm going to go with the 48 to 52 number. 50 is your old historic high, but not inflation adjusted. So I think we could see some turbulence in there. There's not a lot of resistance beyond that. So really outside of a major market event that would cause a sell-off, we're almost in free mode, which is just who knows how high this thing could really get. I think long term we are going to see triple digits. It's simple math, everyone. So gold is what is the main driver, and why is it driving silver here? Why does it keep going up? Every dip is bought. We're not really seeing much dip. People feel like it might be high. A lot of retail has been selling for the last better part of 2 years. People have been thinking that $2,500, $3,000, $3,500. Here we are. We're going to start making an approach to 4,000 and above. You're seeing banks readjust their numbers of what they're predicting. UBS is predicting numbers, but we're almost there. So what truly is happening? There's a hidden hand that's buying gold right now. The hidden hand is central bankers. The hidden hand is investment bankers. But I'm going to go central bankers first. So they are competing with each other to hold the world's most gold. So if you've been tuning in here, that the BRICS countries started this a couple years ago. So you got to remember, the West, in particular Europe, but also the United States, seized the Russian assets, which caused people to reconsider their reserves. A lot of those assets are still held, which means if a peace treaty was hit between Ukraine and Russia, that they would actually have to do what? Return that gold and those assets back to Russia. France in particular and others have already dipped into those assets. They cannot just return those assets that easily. So this is an interesting dynamic. Now you're seeing why the Europeans really don't want peace. They can't do it financially. They also need a great cover story for what is coming, which is default. Default on their bonds, default on everything. These economies are broken, they're busted, everyone sees it. Has anyone seen the yield rates? So interest rates in theory are going lower from the central banks, but the yields are going higher because the risk is going up. So we're seeing that carry trade unwind happen in Japan. Traditionally, if they were bouncing out of the Japanese yen, they'd be picking up what? Bonds. They're not buying bonds anymore. They're going to gold. So gold is just going to continue to crank for the next number of years. My personal take, this is not going to be an overnight deal. It's not just going to be a quick thing. This is going to be a journey. So volatility will increase. There's no doubt. But when the wind's at your back, there's not too much to be afraid of. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out, have I missed the boat? Feels like if I had to put a baseball game on it, we're somewhere in the third, maybe the fourth inning, but still feels like the third inning of a baseball game. There's a lot more to come, a lot more upside. So when you can find the right investments, be in the right assets, and the wind's at your back, you're not really too much worried about what happens month to month. It's more the big picture of where things are happening. There's no doubt, it feels like we take the Charlie Kirk scenario, the incident, it feels like the meme. We've all seen the meme, probably, the king's in his castle in the parapet, and he's looking out over the walls, and he's got villagers coming at him. Some have pitchforks, others have torches. He turns to his advisor. The advisor says, "What are we going to do?" And he says, "Let's tell the people that both parties are trying to steal. One's trying to steal the pitchfork of the others, and they just cause each other." So when we start looking at racial divide, political divide on everything they can, it's causing people to look at each other. Meanwhile, what is truly happening is draconian changes to finance. We're seeing things in the UK, in Europe, censorship, media. Things are changing so fast. What used to be kind of considered a conspiracy theory of things are actually rolling out. Europe's probably going to roll out the central bank digital currencies first. That's a kind of a scary world where they can turn off your money if they don't like what you talk, what your social profile says. This is the Chinese. This is more the Chinese system of social credit scores. Here in the United States, we at least have some more protections, but again, it's concerning. But the big cause of everything is they need a monetary reset, and this is just driving things immensely. So I think this is going to be a time where we just have to, we can't control it, but you can protect your family, you can position yourself ahead of the masses. Eventually, the masses are going to wake up. We're seeing it now in China, the mall videos. They're clamoring for gold. It's happening just in the wee bits. We're seeing, some people are definitely buying a lot of precious metals in the U.S., but this is not a speculative move here in the U.S. yet. That's going to come at some point. So the retail buying, it's still slow. Retail's been selling. Where does that metal go? And so I have one of these vaults behind me. It's refineries, banks are here, governments. Those assets are now going into possession of the big boys, where they're going to hold for a very, very long time. They're looking at their balance sheets and saying they need more gold. Consumers are thinking of it more of an asset that, hey, it's appreciated, let me sell out. But my personal take is we got a long way to go. I'll probably get into historical ratios, debt of the United States, foreign debt, gold holdings, and where those things can go. I think if I were to state where I think gold is going, people would think I'm crazy. But again, let's just look back, 9/11, in the early 2000s, gold was in the low 200s. It's now 3,700 plus. So how much higher can it get? Again, the government just keeps printing things. So we're in an interesting time, between huge conflict. Thank you to those that have engaged with one of my posts. I think it had 150,000 views, where I mentioned that there's a geopolitical event coming. There's too many signals. Yes, I don't know anything super secret, but again, the signals are all there. Everything that's happening, things are breaking, and people are positioning in advance, and it's the major money. So I'm going to think we're going to see a kinetic war. Kinetic, again, is physical. Tanks, planes, bombs, things like that are probably going to happen. You're seeing a lot of activity in the Caribbean. I've been talking about that the last few weeks, last few months. The U.S. is locking down the Western Hemisphere first. It's trying to get its partners to get trade deals for minerals, for gold, for trade, for ports. We hit Panama quickly, got them to kick China out. Now you're seeing pressure on Argentina. Argentina is a partner of the United States. Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela are the ones that are being positioned against right now. They're going to get pressure. So nuclear warships are going into the Caribbean, positioning for either some events to take place. Argentina, on the other hand, has become a major trade partner. The relationship between the Trump and Argentina administration, that we're really growing that trade position. So they're going through a huge financial crisis right now. The U.S. stepped up to bail them out. So if you're kind of seeing how things are working here with the metal war, the mineral war, those that are partners are going to get help. They're going to get money. They're going to be part of the bifurcated world. You're either partner with the United States, or you're with the other team. So we're going to see trade lines continue to be formed. These are all risk factors. Hot points, flash points all around the world have never been higher. That said, enjoy your weekend, spend time with the family, and just stay tuned here. Thanks to everyone.